Hey, welcome to Caritas Querens. So, over the past couple months, as I've been making videos, occasionally I've gotten some comments about, I'm interested in this and looking for more information and other avenues besides some of the videos that I've made. And so I thought I would make a short video here, just kind of mentioning and giving a little bit of commentary about some of my favorite YouTube channels that treat or deal with the topic of Christian universalism or apokatastasis. So this is just my opinion. I'm sure there are other great channels out there, probably some I'm not even aware of, and and maybe some that are better than you might think are better than the ones I'm recommending. These are just my favorite. I'm going to kind of do my top three favorite ones, and I'm hoping that you'll check them out. And this channel, I don't intend for this channel, Caritas Querens, to be all about me. I don't intend for it to be like just watch my videos and ignore everybody else's. Not at all. I want people to go out and look at other things, explore other ideas, check out other people's content. So I'm happy to share some of my thoughts about some other channels. So I'm gonna go through like my top three. And I'm going to go from what I would say is number 3 to number 2 to number 1, sort of like a countdown, I guess. So I guess my number 3 would be the channel Love Unrelenting. And it's some of the things I like about the channel. It seems to be, as far as what I've seen of the content, pretty much exclusively deals with content that is either about Christian universalism or at least looking at topics from the perspective of Christian universalism. And it's got a lot of great content. And some of the things I love about Love Unrelenting, number one, most of the videos are very short. In fact, when I started this channel, my intention was to make videos that were about the same length. I would say most of the videos on Love Unrelenting are under 10 minutes. Some of them are just a few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I wanted to make videos that were short, snippets like that. And as you've seen, if you've watched any of my channel, I have pretty much failed miserably. I just talk too much, and I have a hard time controlling that. And honestly, frankly, I just don't have the time to be going back and editing my videos much or anything like that. So usually whatever I say, whatever gets recorded, that's what I stick with. But the videos on there, the production is much better than my videos. It's very good quality production, good length, nice short videos. And also, they feature a variety of speakers. So you'll find, people like David Bentley Hart on there, but also a lot of other speakers, and some of them are people I had never heard of before. And it was really great to be introduced to some of them and some of their ideas. And, I've really been very impressed. So it's a great channel to check out. I think they release about 2 videos a week. So that's one of the downsides to that is that, they're shorter videos, so you can kind of go through them pretty quickly. I know I think I found the channel less than a year ago, and I think I've watched almost all the videos just by, watching several at a time. Sometimes I'll just play them, while I'm driving home and from work in the car. I'm not watching, I'm just listening to what they're saying, and they're great, but you can go through them pretty quickly. But hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can maybe go back and even listen to them over and over again sometimes. Some of them are really deep, insightful videos. I would say my number 2 channel is the channel that is called... Okay, sorry about that. I tapped something on my screen here. I thought it goofed it up, so so I think it's okay. Anyway, number 2 would be the channel is called Gospel Conversations. And as far as I've seen, it seems to be hosted by Tony Goldsby-Smith, who's from Australia. As a lot of Americans, if you like that Australian accent, he's really nice and easy to listen to. But what I really love about this channel, now this is, as far as video length, it's almost the opposite of Love Unrelenting. A lot of videos here are longer. There are quite a few that are over an hour in length. But it's some really solid, insightful, profound thinking. And I love sort of the paradigm that they have. A lot of the videos on here are actually conversations, like the name implies, gospel conversations. And it's just really neat to hear different people dialoguing, talking about some ideas. The not all of the videos are directly about Christian universalism. In fact, I think a minority are. But I came across Mr. Goldsby Smith. I don't remember where. It wasn't from this channel, though, I think, and it was just something else, like an interview he did with somebody else that did deal with universalism. But a lot of the topics are looked at from a different type of perspective, and they don't always mention universalism. In fact, the idea doesn't even always come up. But I think a lot of the approaches they take to various topics definitely aligns with Christian universalism. So, for instance, one of the more recent series that they've been putting out is called The Cross and Creation, and it's a look at atonement and different atonement theories, and I just found it fascinating, really interesting. They also recently uploaded some videos of David Bentley Hart talking about, it was, I guess, a conference he gave in Australia about the mind and how the mind works and so on. So it's really great. I love their approach. I love their ideas, the way they talk about things. So number 2 is Gospel Conversations, and number 1, my all-time favorite YouTube channel that deals with Christian universalism, is Tentmaker 777. And if you have been interested in universalism for any sizable period of time, you've probably come across Tentmaker. They also have a website, and the website is like a veritable treasure trove of information. It was hosted by Gary Amirault, who just passed away, I think, a few years ago. But on the website, they've got articles, they've got books that have been digitalized, just all kinds of stuff, and it's fantastic. I go to there a lot to read some of the resources they have. The YouTube channel has a lot of videos. Again, a lot of the videos, like in Love Unrelenting, are fairly short, and but I just love them. I just love them because I love Gary Amirault's character, and I love the way he makes his videos. The videos, I would say, are not the best production quality. Better than mine, that's for sure, but that's not saying much. But not the best production quality, but I guess what I like is, first of all, Gary Amirault's sense of humor. So I remember, for instance, there's a great video he had about where he's talking about cheese, and he uses the pun of a Gouda cheese and so on. And there's one he makes about the toilet, the crapper, and I watched that with my children, and we had a great laugh over it. So great sense of humor, but also his approach is just very down to earth. In fact, when I started making my videos, my YouTube channel here, I think I at least subconsciously tried to imitate Gary Amirault with just a kind of common sense approach, down to earth approach, not getting into too much technicality or too much academic approach, but just talking, And the other thing I really love about Gary Amirault and his videos is his sheer enthusiasm or passion about apokatastasis. I think it's just really awesome to hear his story. He talks a little bit about himself sometimes, and how embracing this, has cost him a lot. A lot of churches just rejected him, established churches. You get to see his relationship with his wife a little bit too, and how much he loves her, and you can just see how Christian universalism has really affected him personally, and that really just struck a chord with me, and I love that. I love watching his videos. In fact, I have to admit, it's maybe a little bit cheesy, but I actually have never watched all of his videos, because there are a couple, of the more recent ones. I went through his channel, starting with the oldest ones, and was just watching them one after another. And when I got to some of the most recent ones, I think there's probably 5 or 6 that I have never watched. And I think it's kind of like, did you ever experience maybe you're reading a really great book, and as you get towards the end, you slow down because you just don't want it to end. And I think that's kind of how I feel. Like there's a part of me that still doesn't want to watch them, because I feel like once I do, Gary Amirault, he's gone from this world, and he's not going to be releasing any more videos this side of death. And I feel like I always want there to be at least a couple videos that I can look forward to, you know? So I guess I'm a little bit of a sentimentalist and kind of cheesy, you know? Hopefully it's a Gouda cheese. But so that's my number one favorite, Tentmaker 777. So again, top three. Number three, Love Unrelenting. Short videos from a variety of speakers that all pretty much deal directly with universalism, or at least indirectly. Number two, Gospel Conversations, featuring Tony Goldsby Smith, a great speaker, easy to listen to, gets deeply into things, has sort of a colloquial and a dialogue type approach. And although not always dealing directly with universalism, always from a perspective that aligns with it. And number one, Tentmaker 777, featuring Gary Emerald. Fairly short videos, down to earth, great sense of humor, and just expressing the passion of somebody who truly, wholeheartedly embraces universalism and wants to share it with the world. I want to also take this moment now to mention another YouTube channel that started up not too long ago. In fact, I met the person who started up through this channel, through some of his comments that he left on some of my videos. It's called Threefold Division. Threefold Division. He hasn't released a whole lot of videos yet. I think maybe, as of now, maybe about 6 or so, as of the time I'm making this. And I haven't watched all of them yet, to be honest, but the ones I've watched are excellent. They are very well produced, very well made. And his videos, they do get into a little bit more of the academic area of some of these topics, and they're a little bit more technical in nature. He gets into some of the words, for instance, that are involved, like the words for hell and so on. But very fascinating. He does it in a way that is pretty easy to understand, and pretty direct, pretty relatable. Excellent production quality. In fact, I think that's why he hasn't released as many videos, because he wants to make really good, well-produced videos that will appeal to people. And especially, it's not just like my videos, just like a face shot, a selfie of somebody talking and babbling for 15 minutes. But he's actually got like visuals. He'll put text on the screen and so on. So they're really well made. And I want to encourage you to go out and check out his page, Threefold Division. He's also got a website where he's producing like mugs and shirts and content like that. Not content, products like that. So you can support him in that way as well. And I know part of the reason I want to mention this is because I know he's really interested in making this not just a passion project, but a project that he can also make some money off of, and maybe can be at least part of his what's the word I'm looking for? His livelihood. And unfortunately, money is not a strong suit for me. So I'd love to donate and help him out. But in lieu of that, I figure at least I can mention his YouTube channel here and encourage you all to check it out. And if you like it, subscribe, share his videos with others, like them, comment on them, and help him to grow his page. I think that would be awesome if you could do that. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. I encourage you to check out all those channels. I'll put information, hopefully links if I can figure that out, in the information box. And until next time, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this or appreciated this, as always, I appreciate if you like, subscribe, leave comments if you have anything to say. And as always, please pray for me. I need your prayers more than I can say. So until next time, adios.